Hi, this is Kim Brenneman, and I am talking again about doing life at home with kids. And if you've been watching these videos, you know that we have been doing the real deal here. So today you're getting me hot and sweaty and dirty again because I was outside in my garden again. We went out to see if there were cucumbers ready, and what we found was weeds. So we started pulling weeds, and all of a sudden, hey, what time it is? It's 4 o'clock, and I usually do these videos at 4 o'clock. I try to. Anyway, yesterday I didn't because I had a very bad experience at the cell phone store. As someone put it, it was a cell phone store on steroids. Thank you, COVID-19. What I'm going to talk to you all about today is homeschooling, because I've been reading reports that more people are considering homeschooling or are committed to homeschooling who hadn't before, simply because of the uncertainty of how schools are going to do school with COVID-19 and that. I don't know how to say things nicely, so I'm just not going to say anything nicely, except I'm going to talk about homeschooling. And today I'm going to talk about math. So math for little children is relatively simple. What we did was a workbook. 2 pages a day was the plan. And what I used was Developmental Mathematics by a man whose last name is Saad, S-A-A-D. They're kind of old school. The workbooks are real plain and simple. There's not other topic areas tossed in with it. It is simply math, and it is straightforward, developmentally appropriately staged. And each workbook runs into the next. There's no review of what the previous workbook was, or if there is, it's really little. It's more like a pre-test. And there's no fluff. There's no pretty pictures. If there are pictures, it is of money or objects that the person counts with. The thing is, they do have to know how to read, so I wouldn't start it until they were reading, unless you want to read aloud, because some of it. There are the basic math programs or math problems, but there are story problems also, usually involving money or real life experiences that a person would encounter in life. And it's not graded, so it's not like, here's your grade 3 math book. No, it is 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 16. And if they've done 16 levels of this program, then they are ready to do algebra. So what I liked about it was the simplicity. It's a workbook. It's consumable. It's affordable. Did I say that already? I want to say they're about $13, maybe somewhere around there. And the child just moves at their pace, at their own pace. And if something is overwhelming, say a page is, just full of math problems, then, do 1 page. Sometimes a child can do 4 pages in a day. If you have someone who's really good at math and enjoys it, enjoys workbook style stuff, they can just hammer out a lot if they are motivated to in a short amount of time. But what we did with our workbook math into our school day, I feel like I'm not talking very clearly right now, is 30 minutes. So either 30 minutes or 2 pages, whatever came first. And then they were done with math for the day. So real simple. And what I appreciated about this is that it's not complicated. It doesn't throw in other kinds of concepts. It is very intuitive. You learn how to do one thing, and then you learn how to do the next. And it's real life math. I mean, you have to think about, why are we learning math in the first place? It is so we can function in society, so that we can pay our bills, so that we can figure out if we're getting cheated, or if we're making a good buying decision, if we are running a business, you need to know how to do accounting. So it's that pre-level stuff of learning how to function in society, and it's just basic math. And I appreciate that about it. Someone's gonna ask, I know, about what happens when they get through 16. What do I use for algebra and geometry? And what I had the most success with is Harold Jacobs' algebra, elementary algebra, and that's Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 in one book, and Harold Jacobs' geometry. And that will prepare a kid for doing college algebra. Actually, the Harold Jacobs book pretty much is college algebra, except that there are a few concepts added on in college algebra that aren't in Algebra 1 and 2. And then they're ready for statistics. So at the college level. So those are my 2 tips. Keep it simple. Workbook. Developmental Mathematics by a professor named Saad, S-A-A-D. You can get it from Christian Book Distributors. I think you can buy it online. Other places, just put it into your search engine. And Harold Jacobs' algebra, which also is very old school, very laid out developmentally. There's going to be a lot of review at the beginning, but that's good just to get accustomed to a different curriculum after doing one. In the developmental mathematics, there is not measuring. I don't think there's any measuring, but what I have found is that gets incorporated into real life. If you're working in a kitchen, if you're building things, those concepts come in to living when you're doing math in the kitchen, multiplying recipes, doubling, tripling, quadrupling. If you're learning what fractions are with a measuring glass, if you're building something or even if you're doing paper projects and you need to measure how wide, how deep, how long something is, all of that comes with real life experiences. Also, what they throw into math books is calendars and clocks. Those also are things that you can learn in real life. The point is, you don't need to worry about it being complicated or hard. Maybe you didn't have a good math experience as a child. Reflect on why and how you were taught, because I think a lot of that comes from maybe a teacher that we had that maybe wasn't teaching to what you needed, and was also trying to manage a classroom of 30 kids of different age, maybe not age, but developmental or capacities from whatever reason, for whatever reason. So when you have your children at home and you are sitting around the table doing math, it doesn't need to be hard. A workbook, 2 pages a day, 30 minutes. It's just elementary math up through the 16th level. The last few are decimals and fractions, but it's really clearly explained. And you'll say, aha, 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 and oh, I get it now. Why didn't I learn it this way? That will happen over and over. It's kind of like learning phonics. When you're teaching phonics to your kids, same thing. Oh, there's a reason, there's a rule. You learn those things along with your kids. So thank you for joining me today. If you want more information on doing life at home, home management skills, menu planning, cleaning, anything that has to do with life at home, go to our website, homeplainandsimple.com. There's links there for how to buy my book. There are also, you can download a quick start guide, which is a really condensed version of my book, and there are also menu plans there. There is a free resource library that has a lot of different resources for doing life at home. And if you have any questions, just send me a message through Instagram Messenger. That's the way I am most responsive, probably. I see them for whatever reason there first. So go ahead and send me a message and let me know what you think. Thanks, bye.